Hello Childzotopians, and welcome back to my channel. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are going to be talking all things first trimester. Like I said, I don't want this channel to completely turn into a mommy and me thing, but I think it's important that I share the different phases of my pregnancy for those who are expecting and those who may be trying to have a baby in the future. There will be plenty of non-mommy related content coming at you guys soon. Self-care, getting creative, saving money, all those kind of things. I also want to kind of tell my story about becoming an adult, because 2021 has honestly just blown the roof off my expectations that I had for this year, and I have a lot to tell you guys and catch up on. Anyways, you guys already know, before I get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and let's dive right into this video. Okay, as you guys know from my first video, I was not trying to get pregnant, had no intentions of getting pregnant this year, but alas, here I am expecting a baby. I am here to tell you that those fabulous, glamorous maternity pages you see on Instagram and those beautiful maternity photos are absolutely the essence of pregnancy and motherhood, but are absolutely not the full story of what you should expect in your pregnancy. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing. We're bringing life into the world, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, pregnancy is hard, it's tough, and it can be very trying at times. And I just want to share with you guys how my first trimester went, things that helped me, things that didn't help me, and things that you can do to have a smoother first trimester. For one thing, I am a very young mother. I'm only 22, and I do work with babies every single day, infants, but they're not my baby. So it's gonna be a different experience for me caring for my own baby. And it starts now, because it's like, I literally have to care for my baby inside of myself. I have to take care of myself in order for my baby to be taken care of. And it's very freaky because, like, you guys know, I slack off. I'm not always the most healthy person, and I don't always take the best care of myself like I should. And I want to get into this habit of taking care of myself and actually going through with taking care of my body, eating right, exercising, and just living a intentional and healthy lifestyle. For a lot of the things that I didn't know, I definitely reached out to older, more experienced moms and was just kind of like, hey, can you kind of like tell me your story of your pregnancy, how it went, what you did, what helped you, what things you went through. And it was hard because pretty much my whole first trimester, I didn't really talk to anybody. I didn't really share the news. I waited till I was 3 months, 14 weeks pregnant to actually let everybody know. So I was basically done with my first trimester, and I basically had to rely on Google and the few people that I did tell that I was pregnant to give me that information. Pregnancy is new and different for every single woman who gets pregnant and who gives birth. And I can't say for sure that your pregnancy is gonna go exactly like this by the book, but I can say these are some things that I went through and things that helped me get through this awful, terrible, horrible, critical first trimester of my pregnancy. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant at about 6 weeks, and the baby was literally this big, so tiny. On my first ultrasound, I was like, look at that tiny baby, like, it's so tiny. And it's kind of scary because it's like, oh my God, this little tiny thing is inside me and I have to protect it. What do I do? But eventually you just realize you have to do what's best for you, and that's what's best for the baby as well. I really didn't know I was pregnant. I mean, I know I had missed my cycle, but I didn't have any symptoms really until I found out I was pregnant. That's when like my boobs were sore. I started to cramp, which I thought was my period coming, but it turns out it's this thing called implantation cramping, which is where the baby is implanting itself into your uterus so it can grow. So I had cramping, my boobs were sore, and then like as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was like a switch flipped. And I instantly became nauseous, food aversions, couldn't eat anything, like it was awful. I was so exhausted too, like I'm genuinely a sleepy person. Like my grandparents, my parents, they all know that I used to sleep in until like 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And like I've always been a sleepy person and love to sleep. This is a whole new level of sleep, because literally I go to bed at 9 o'clock and sleep like 12 hours and I'm still exhausted. And it's like, I didn't really notice anything heavily until I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, oh wow. I guess because I know I'm pregnant now, so like I'm expecting symptoms, so then you're like, okay, the symptoms are really heavy, but I didn't know at all. And I was pregnant from July to like mid-August before I found out. So I don't know, maybe the first few weeks is just like bleh, because I've heard a lot of people say like I did not feel pregnancy until I found out I was pregnant. Immediately after I found out I was pregnant, I hit the Google, I hit the books, I hit the YouTube. I was watching video after video after video. I had Chris watching like dad to be videos. Like nobody knew that we were pregnant yet, but like I wanted to be prepared and I wanted to find out as much information as I possibly could before telling people, because I wanted to feel, you know, informed. I wanted to feel educated. And like I said, I work with infants every day, so I knew some stuff, but like to be an actual mother, not just like a babysitter or a caregiver, but to be an actual mother, I wanted more tools and more education on that aspect of it. The next thing I did after Googling and researching and doing all that, I downloaded the Bump app because I wanted to know how far along I was. The Bump app was really amazing. It's free. It's super beneficial to have. You get to see the baby's growth, checklists, things you should be doing, what you should be expecting in each week of pregnancy. It is just an awesome app to have. Highly recommend. I'm gonna put a link in the description box because the Bump app is top tier. I also like the What to Expect app, but the Bump app is just very aesthetically pleasing and easy to follow, easy to comprehend. It's not like a bunch of information thrown at you. It's divided into sections by weeks. Like, it's super awesome and you guys are gonna love it. A lot of my research was focused around, okay, what should I eat? What should I not eat? Putting things into my body and makeup, skincare, bathing products, like all that kind of stuff was so important to me because I'm like, okay, what am I doing now that I can't do anymore to protect my baby? Changing the way I ate, it wasn't that hard because really the baby dictates what he wants to eat, what she wants to eat. I don't know the gender, so if I say he or she, just know I'm just throwing it out there. The baby really lets you know, like, oh no, we can't have this, or like, yes, more of that, please. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's like there's somebody inside you and like you're eating it. If they don't like it, it's coming back up. It's not up to you, it's up to them. So yeah, it literally was just like a switch flipped and the nausea set in. Like it really set in. And it's not just like a morning sickness. You know how they describe that cute little morning sickness and there's the days? No. I was sick 24/7 for the last 3 months. I hated it. Like I thought I was gonna die. I felt like this constant motion sickness. Like it was nuts. Most likely whatever I ate came back up and made a reappearance, and it happened at all different times of the day. In the morning, at work in the middle of the day, the evening time, the nighttime. I just was sick all the time and I wanted it to be over. Like I was ready to stop being sick. Like one thing I hate is feeling sick. I hate throwing up. I hate all that kind of stuff. And like for me to feel like that for 3 months straight was just hell. Now that I've described to you how bad it is to be nauseous, I'm gonna let you guys know what you can do to combat your nauseousness. Is that a word? Nausea? Is that what I should have said? Nausea. So to combat your nausea, you need to make sure you eat. You might not want to eat, you might not feel like eating, but you need to eat because that's gonna make you feel worse not eating. And a lot of times I would tell Chris, I'd be like, I can't tell if I have to throw up or if I'm hungry. And it's awful, but 9 times out of 10, you're just hungry because you're hungry all the time now. You need to eat, you need to have lots of nutrients, lots of protein, like get all the goodies in. Even though you don't feel like it, you need to because your baby needs it and your body needs it because you're now fueling 2 bodies. Instead of eating 3 big meals a day, you're gonna wanna break your meals down. You're not gonna wanna have sausage, pancakes, eggs, grits, hash browns, big fat breakfast, huge steak lunch, and then a lobster filet mignon dinner. Like you're just not gonna want to do it. And I barely wanted to eat my little snacks, but I knew I had to get something on my stomach or I was gonna be even more sick. What I would do is I would do like a quick morning breakfast. So like oatmeal with berries or like a parfait. Yogurt was really helping soothe my stomach. Dairy was the comfort food for me. So I would do some yogurt with granola and then like strawberries, blueberries, whatever. Or I would just cook an egg real quick and throw a piece of sausage with it. I couldn't really eat a lot of greasy stuff, so I really relied heavily on chicken sausage because it was a lot less greasy and it was a lot lighter than eating sausage. For lunch, I did a lot of soups. I was stuck on Panera chicken soup for a long time. That and the tomato bisque from Zoe's, like I gotta learn how to make that at home because I eat it so much. I did a lot of salads because my baby loves vegetables. I did a lot of Greek salads, Caesar chicken salad. If I could eat chicken, I just eat a little bit. Just really light stuff for lunch. And then for dinners, I would do like, I don't even know because by that time I was just so sick. Most of my sickness came in the evening time, which was fine because I was ready to go to sleep anyways. I remember when I first realized I couldn't eat chicken really anymore. Like a chicken breast or like a piece of chicken. I made lemon butter chicken for me and Chris one night, and I got so sick just looking at it. I was like, I can't do this. Whatever Chris is having, I'll make some variation of it because I don't want to cook 2 separate meals. So like if he's having spaghetti, I'll do like a zucchini spaghetti. Or like I would do a sweet potato with veggies and just cut out the meat. So I'm relying heavily on supplements and other forms of protein because I can't stomach meat. In between those like smaller meals, I would have like little snacky stuff, grapes. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you guys. I went through back grapes like every day. I know I already said this, but grapes, literally, I can't emphasize enough how much grapes have gotten me through this first trimester. Grapes and watermelon, fresh fruit has just sailed me through. I feel good after I eat it. I don't feel like I have to go throw up after I eat it. And it really made the whole process a lot smoother. At one point, I was doing like Triscuit crackers and Baby Bell cheese, bananas, nuts, granola bars, all those kind of things. They were really just good, nutritious, and they weren't too heavy. Drink your water, period, point blank. That is the #1 pregnancy hack. Drink your freaking water because you're gonna get, number one, you're gonna get so dehydrated. You're making more blood in your body and you're working extra hard. You're throwing out constantly. You're gonna get dehydrated. So drink so much water. Just chug some in the morning. Keep a bottle with you all day. Just drink your water. Like, you know, I already said drink your water. I'm stressing drink your water because it's good for you. It's good for the baby and it's just good all around. Drinking your water should be something you carry into your everyday life, even post-pregnancy, even if you're not pregnant yet. Just start drinking water now because water is just good for you in general. Lemon water right here, this right here, say less. My baby loves lemon water, like fresh lemon. I keep saying my baby loves it because it just makes my body feel good and I feel like that's making the baby feel good. And so yeah, lemon water, if you don't like plain water, like my mom, I know she does not like just drinking water just because, and she will drink lemon water or she'll put a little flavor in it. But I love some fresh lemon water. It is so refreshing, it's so good, and highly recommend throughout your pregnancy because sometimes we don't want just chug water, like we want something in it. So throw some strawberries, throw some lemons, throw some pineapples, do whatever you have to do, but drink your water. I'm gonna talk about food aversions real quick because that's an important part too. And I'm talking about food a lot because food is like an important part of your first trimester. Like you're figuring out what you can eat, what you can't eat, what your baby needs, what you need, like all around what everybody needs to survive this pregnancy. My main food aversions were like chicken, butter, oil, fast food, really heavy food. Like I couldn't eat none of that type of stuff. I just know like heavy oily food, like it was coming right back up. Like I couldn't. I remember I really wanted a Five Guys burger, but then I got there and I couldn't eat the Five Guys burger because it was just so heavy. Like it wasn't even good. My food cravings were vegetables, which is great because I have not gained any like significant weight so far. You know, the baby's tiny, but they want you to gain a certain amount of weight for your pregnancy, and as you guys know, I'm already like in the obese category, so like it's dangerous for me to gain too much weight. So I was very happy when I realized, hey, my baby likes vegetables because it's gonna promote a healthier lifestyle for me and the baby. I was in Chipotle a lot, I'm not gonna lie, and it's because like when I thought of Chipotle, like I thought of fresh ingredients. So I would go to Chipotle, I would get rice, beans, steak, and then I would do guac, extra freaking guac, corn and pico, like heavy on the pico and the guac. And I would get a side of guac to go with the guac because I just wanted avocados so bad, and the guacamole was just so good. And so like I made some at home and I went and got some, and I just had a bunch of different guacamoles and salsas that I was eating throughout the first trimester. Chipotle, Zoe's Kitchen, a Greek salad with extra cucumbers, like yes, please. Really anything like healthy I just crave. Like I was craving smoothie bowls and like smoothies, so I would make them here at home because I can't DoorDash everything, you guys. My advice for you would be find what works for you and do it because you're gonna go through a lot of changes. Poor Chris, I want to praise him because he really did his best during this time. Like he like overachieved during this time. Like he became dad #1. He took care of me, he helped me cook, he helped me clean. Anything I needed, he was there, and I just want to say thank you to my boyfriend because he's been fantastic. Moving on from food, let's talk about sleep. What even is sleep anymore, guys? What even is it? I remember waking up yesterday and like I literally was like,
Chris,
I just slept for 9-10 hours and I feel like I haven't slept in 3 days. I'm like constantly flipping around in the bed, and it's hard because I'm terrified to sleep on my stomach now at this point. I know the baby's like this big still, not this big, but like probably like bigger than that now, but it's just scary. Like I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna smother the baby or something. And so like I'm constantly flipping from side to side to side, and I was like most comfortable sleeping on my stomach almost, but I've had to rearrange my sleeping habits based on my baby. Eventually I was gonna have to get used to not sleeping on my stomach anymore anyways, because I'm gonna get bigger. The nausea kept me up a lot. Like I was very restless. Poor Chris, sad story. I'd get up in the middle of the night to go pee. I would be throwing up. Just nighttime became a less peaceful time and a more crazy time of just getting my body together. I'm always thirsty in the middle of the night now. I'm starving in the middle of the night, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm starving. I went through it. I think the worst part is the exhaustion, because I was already a very sleepy person. I'm even more tired all the time now. I literally will be laying on the couch watching TV with Chris at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and I'm like, nope, I'm falling asleep. Overall, your sleep habits are just gonna go to shit. There's no nice way to say it. You're just not gonna be living your best life. You're sharing your body now, so you have to do what's best for you and best for your baby. Moving on to bodily and mental changes that you're gonna go through during your first trimester. Just be prepared to be bloated all the time. Just be ready. Whether you have to pee, whether you just ate because you have to eat 10 billion times a day, whether you're feeling nauseous and you're just freaking bloated, like it's just, and your uterus is getting bigger, so you're gonna be bloated anyways. Like just expect to be bloated all the freaking time. You're gonna get full faster. I remember those days when I could sit down and just eat and eat and eat, and it's not a thing anymore. There's certain things that I'm like, okay, yeah, like I need a lot of that, like collard greens. I told my mom, just go ahead and cook them every week for Sunday dinner, because all I want is collard greens all the time and I could just eat them. Whereas other things like meat, rice, anything like that, like I'm stuffed within like 2 seconds. That's why it kind of helps to eat smaller meals, because like you're getting full faster anyway, so you're probably not gonna finish that ginormous meal. You're still gonna be hungry later, so just break your meals up into smaller portions. Some things that could help with like indigestion and bloating and just getting full faster. You can drink water to help your digestion flow better, and you can drink different teas to help your digestive tract and your bloating. I love lavender tea, ginger tea, like all those things really helped my body like adjust to my new eating patterns and my new digestion patterns. You can look up whatever you want, you know, everything's on Google, everything's out there. There's so many resources you can use. Even like the apps I mentioned, they will give you tips and tricks on how to avoid like the toughest parts of being nauseous and not being able to eat and eating too much and eating too little, and just they'll give you just a plethora of things you can do to improve your pregnancy experience. That's really the physical aspects of it. The mental aspects of it, honestly, it's very lonely being pregnant. Even though there's people around you that are pregnant too, it's just kind of like, who do I talk to? What do I say? What questions do I ask? Who can I go to? And a lot of my friends that have kids already, or like that are pregnant with me, have been so amazing, and I've been able to talk to them openly, and just like they've shared with me more than I could have asked for them to share. Family wise, honestly, I don't really talk to my family that much. I talk to my mom like every freaking day because she's my mom. But like family wise, it's just like, you know, there's like a negative cloud kind of hanging over me, which that's fine. Think what you want to think, do what you want to do, say what you want to say. At the end of the day, this is my choice, my decision, and my responsibility. Separating yourself from those negative vibes is not a bad thing either, because this is your pregnancy. This is the time you're supposed to be happy and expectant and just anticipating your baby coming. And for people to sit here and be negative in your ear and behind your back, like, it's not even a thing. Like, just exit yourself from my life, like simple as that. And I try not to be the person that just like snips people, but like I will do it, and I will be content in doing it, because I don't want all that negativity in my life. I want positivity. I want to know that I'm going to raise this baby in a beautiful world, in a beautiful home, in a beautiful marriage eventually, and that the baby's just going to be surrounded by love and happiness and joy and just all things good. There's lots of things to be worried about, lots of things to be scared about, lots of things to be anxious about, but you have to find your peace and comfort in whatever brings you that feeling. And you have to bring yourself peace and comfort in knowing that you're gonna be there for that baby no matter what. You're gonna be that solid foundation for your baby no matter what. And for me, it's clinging on to God and just being part of the church, and just like knowing that my baby's gonna be loved by my church family, and by my family, my mom and my brother and sister, and by Chris and me. And that's just the piece that I have. You can't worry yourself too much about anything, especially at this time. You don't want stress. You don't want high blood pressure. You don't want any of that kind of crazy stuff. You just want to have a healthy pregnancy and a peaceful pregnancy and get through it the best you can. And once you cross that finish line, I just know it's going to be worth it. First trimester is over, you guys. I'm 1/3 of the way through this thing. It was like another switch flip. Just like that, my nausea is pretty much gone. I'm back to eating what I want to eat. My energy's back up. I'm able to like nest a little bit more, move things around, prepare a room for the baby, just get things ready and get things back on track. And it's just crazy how much energy I have compared to a couple months ago. Like, Chris thought I was not gonna make it, to be honest with you guys. I'm feeling 100% better and I'm ready to tackle this thing. One more thing I want to throw in there is doctor's appointments. Let me just tell you, if you are not ready to be up close and personal with people, don't have baby. From day one, like when I went to the clinic to get the ultrasound and do the urine test and everything, like they are gonna be up in your cooch. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm telling you this because if you're not ready to be up close and personal with your doctor and with nurses and other people that are in the practice, like you're not ready to have a baby, because everybody is literally looking down there and checking you out and like making sure your body's doing what it's supposed to do. So like if you're like a shy person, you might want to get over it, which I was at first. But I've done enough things now where it's like, okay, I'm good. I mean, you kind of laid down and made a baby, so don't be shy now. Don't shy away now. Like, they just want to see and make sure everything's working okay. Like, everything's going to come out all right. So don't be too worried about doctor's appointments. My doctor is really nice. He's actually the same doctor that delivered me for my mom. And it's a really special thing. Don't be shy. Don't be nervous about doctor's appointments. They're going to poke you. They're gonna make you pee in a cup every time you go. They're gonna check you out and look at you and make sure everything's going well. But it's for your own good. It's for the baby's own good. And just understand that doctor's appointments are super important. Supplements and vitamins are super important. Do whatever they tell you to do. Don't do your own thing. Follow what they say and you will have a good, easy, not easy, but a good overall general pregnancy. I think the first trimester and really just all of pregnancy is a main theme that's going to be balancing being healthy and being happy. You want to enjoy your pregnancy and enjoy growing your baby and going through this beautiful process. And you also want to make sure you're taking care of yourself and taking care of business and making sure things are getting done so that you're prepared for when your baby comes into the world. I know this video is kind of lengthy, but there was so much to fit in about the first trimester. And I know I said it was awful, terrible, horrible, but like, it's worth it. I feel 10 times better now. It's gonna get so much better in the second trimester. I don't know about that third trimester. I heard it's pretty iffy because you're large and everything's harder to do and you're out of energy by that time. But I'm hoping to get a lot done during the second trimester. I'm hoping to update you guys coming up in 3 months when I hit my third trimester, and I'm really excited to be sharing this whole experience with you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me here today, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah! Adios, Chastopians.